War leaves scars which can't be seen. But how can we help children heal? Did you know that war leaves scars far beyond the battlefield? Imagine the impact on children who've witnessed horrors, lost family, or spent years without basic needs. Have you ever thought of that? How does this trauma shape their future? And how do some find resilience? Do you know what's behind the scenes? Physical trauma. Let's start with this world. War-exposed children often develop PTSD. Do you know about that? Post-trauma? Psychological trauma. Did you know that war-exposed children often develop PTSD, and anxiety and emotional numbness that linger into the adulthood? And you know, sometimes it lasts forever. Some things can be healed, some things cannot be healed. What about the loss of basic needs? Essential resources like food, clean water, sanitation, and education are often severely limited. Did you know that? Did you know that how many people don't have access to any of those? Basic thing, for example, toilets. Sometimes we take this for granted, just basic needs. Displacement and isolation. How many children are forced to leave their homes? How many children experience disconnection and struggle to rebuild trust and stability? However, there's always a positive side out of all of that. Amidst devastation, stories of resilience and recovery emerge. Many survivors transform trauma into strength, finding purpose through community support, education, and peace, and of course, advocacy. So if you are or were a victim, what do you need to do? Seek trauma support. Early access to counseling can be really life-changing. There are also lots of support recovery organizations which are here to help you. Advocate for programs providing education, mental health support, and essentials to children in war zones. So seek those also as well. Raise awareness. If you are a victim, you were a victim, or you witnessed a victim, because speaking out drives global support and accountability to address these unseen impacts of the war. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast and why this topic specifically. I was born during the war. We lived in shelters. We lost homes more than 3 times. And my parents had to rebuild their lives again and again and again. We sometimes had no access to minimum stuff. But the positive side out of all of that, I think it gave us lots of resilience. We didn't accept the fact that we are victims. We didn't victimize ourselves. We turned all this misery into resilience, into power. And in order to help others who are facing this. So why I'm doing that is I wanted to raise awareness that you are seen, you are heard, you are important. Also, it's okay. Post these things if you are or you were a victim of war to develop PTSD. Lots of traumas can be there. I developed lots of traumas. I went to counselors several years in order to heal. There are things where you can heal, there are things which stay there. And rather than giving you the negativity that you were a victim, you just develop on these sadnesses you ever had and turn it into power to help others. It can give you the courage, the empowerment, it can give you the empathy to feel what others have felt as well. Every child deserves to play, every child deserves to laugh, every child deserves access to hygiene, to cleanliness, to beautiful stuff. Imagine many of the children are forbidden to do that. Many of the children are not allowed even to go to the playgrounds. Many children are even not allowed to approach the windows because it's high risk. And they put sandbags there in the windows to just like as a bulletproof for any bombs or anything which might attack them. So imagine as a child, you have zero access to your human rights. Imagine how many people are there who really don't have like minimum basics. I was born during the war and witnessed several wars out there. I will never ever allow anything to suppress my voice. If I can do it, you can do it.